everyone. I'm going to go ahead and hit record. Since it's not live streaming, I like to at least have it on file for those that can't join us on Tuesday mornings to be able to at least come back to it later. We plan on packing these meetings full of value, and so we don't want anybody to miss it. Adam, I see you. Look at this, winning all day long. I love it. So we would love to see your face if you're able. Hey, look on. And talk to you guys this morning. So it can be a conversation, not a presentation. You know how I like to get started? Tell me something good. Who has something good to share?
I just want to say my mama is feeling a little better. She's not 100%, but I can see and I can hear it in her voice that she's feeling a little better. We're still working on some things, but thank you for your prayers.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Vicki got a scary call yesterday that her mom wasn't feeling well and she had not been for a while. So that was worrisome. So we're glad that she's doing a little bit better. Just keep her on that path of healing.
Yes. Thank y'all.
Anybody else have something good to share? We'd love to hear from you. This is how we can encourage each other and cheer each other on.
I think Katie got a referral from Birmingham yesterday for the Middlebrook area.
I did, thank you. And I also got a referral from Birmingham from Alice Maxwell. I don't know if that came via you too, Adam. But yeah, those folks are coming Saturday. I'm going to show them an existing house and then probably look for some lots for them to build on. So, and they're looking at like $300,000 and $400,000 homes. Whoop whoop.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, we're just really excited to have a great group this morning and to have a good meeting together. Speaking of something good to share, once again, we have broken a record for our profit share amount given out. Let's see, today is the 20th. So those that participate in the profit share program will have money hit their account tomorrow. May even be pending today of $15,000, $15,355 given back of our profits to our agents. So that is phenomenal. Out of 10 years, $15,000 has never been given in a month. And so we're thrilled to see that check on the wall. It makes us very, very, very happy. If you are not getting a deposit in your account tomorrow, let me help you. Say, Katie, I want to participate in profit share. How do I do that? And I will give you all of the resources and options to be able to do that. So there's more than enough to go around, and we'll get into a conversation about abundance mindset in a little bit, but this is abundance, guys. This is abundance, and all you got to do is step up and participate. So we're thrilled and excited about that. Adam, how do you feel about that?
It's pretty amazing, honestly. And this is one reason why I love this company. You know, when you can hand out $15,000, that is 48% of the profit that was brought into the market center. So after we pay all of our expenses, you know, the agents take home as much as the investors do, basically, and without any investment. So other than your time and your commitment to grow your profit share. So it's fantastic. And I hope that if you guys are not getting that, I want you to get your unfair share of that portion.
Right.
So
it's actually more advantageous to be an agent participating in profit share than an owner of the company itself.
Yep.
You're a stakeholder in the company, but you don't have any of the liabilities. You don't have any of the expenses. We're not coming to you guys going, hey, can y'all help us pay the $25,000 this month for expenses? It's not on you, right? It's just on you to do your thing, do it really well at a high level, and share that with others. That's the only responsibility that you have to participate in this. Year to date, KW Montgomery has given back $33,000. That's huge. So,
yeah, I'd love it to be where we're giving out $33,000 a month.
Yes.
So
that was my personal goal. We did not put it on our office GPS or anything, but last year we gave around 35,000 total, and I wanted to double that this year, right? And there's all the reasons in the world. You can have reasons or results, but that's about 3,300 monthly given back to the associates. And guys, you got to remember, 4 months, we were not profitable as an office.
Well,
and still on average gave out $3,000.
Yeah, and just to kind of spin off that, guys, I mean, when you start up a company, there's a lot of startup expenses. And so even with that, for those 4 months, I mean, we had to go through it was just shy of about $14,000 worth of startup costs, you know, whether it was paint to make the place look nice, or new furniture, or new TVs, or
technology,
all the stuff that we've added to it. Those are expenses. So we won't have those next year, and I'm excited to be able to hand out more. So
we're thrilled. This thrills us. It's right outside my office is a big check. I'm excited that we got this. We've never had this before. So I really like the reminder that the profit is shared month over month. And it just makes me so happy, because most of y'all's big why, we have conversations around that, is what? Providing more for your family. And so this is a way that you get to do that.
And even speaking of that, Katie, I'm excited, even as I've been led to go live every Monday at 5. And when I say it's a great day to be a realtor, how many people has been calling me about becoming, what is it they need to do to get into real estate? I had a young lady to call me yesterday, and she was so adamant about it. Before I even got a chance to call her back, she had already called the office, and she is so excited. She was like, Vicki, I'm ready. I've been wanting to do this for the last so many years. And I know a lot of people in real estate, but I want to come where you are. Mm-hmm. And we went to nursing school together. So I was really excited about that. So I'm just, my live at 5 is really doing what I wanted it and needed it to do. So I'm excited about even my profit share growing.
I love it, Vicki. And you know what's funny? Just to highlight a minute. So we have decided to double our efforts for career night. Instead of doing once a month, we're now transitioning to twice a month. That's twice a month that Vicki and myself, or Adam when he's here, are staying beyond regular hours to welcome people, invite them into the office, tell them how to get into real estate, tell them about our company and why it's a value to be a part of a company such as Keller Williams. And this last week, we had 4 people attend. One person was an agent that unfortunately she had joined us and then had some family issues, but was excited to get back in. So she jumped back in. One person was looking to get into real estate. One person had already started school, and the other person, Vicki, she had said she wanted to get into real estate for like 20 years. She said she had the website to sign up on her phone for like this whole year. Mm-hmm. So we were able to sit with her and encourage her and say, hey, what are you waiting for? Right? And so she signed up on the spot.
Yes, yes.
Well, here's another thing.
Go ahead.
Katie, on this, I get calls all the time saying, hey, man, how do I do that? And it's such a blessing to be able to share what God's given us the opportunity to do with other people. And you can have the mindset of scarcity. Well, I don't want them to get in because they know the same people. Or you can have the mindset of abundance that, hey, me helping somebody else helps me, helps our company. And all this stuff is set up so that growth happens, and it's not just your personal growth, your business growth, and then your financial growth. So if that's your mindset, just think of it different, because if people are going to get in, they're going to get in regardless of your blessings or not. So this opportunity is huge, and I truly believe this. I've told Katie this several times. The opportunity for profit share is greater now than it was 10 years ago when this company was started. So get in, help other people, and I promise you to help you. So
for sure. And it feels so good. It really does feel so good just to tell others about it. So, because you know how it felt when you first got started, and it's a scary feeling. So to have someone to encourage you in that is exciting. All right, so here's our week at a glance. We have Bold starting this afternoon. We have Ignite running this week. Tomorrow we have Scott Leroy Marketing, leveraging him for the consumer app overview. So if you are new to KW Montgomery or haven't had an opportunity to jump in on learning more about the consumer app, I would engage in that. That's a webinar. It's not in our office and it's not a link on our Zoom. So that has already been sent out to you guys with that. And the link is in our Excel calendar we did this year. But it's not a KW Montgomery thing. It's a Scott Leroy Marketing thing. And then on Thursday, we're doing, speaking of profit share, a mega camp replay from How I Built It Profit Share. And it's Mark King, I believe, is teaching that about how he really has invested in profit share, how he helps other people invest in profit share, because the money is being shared month over month. And I say this all the time, it's just what slice of the pie do you get? There's an opportunity for all. And then Friday, we're doing the Path to Getting Paid. Susan has been doing those bi-weekly, twice a month, again, for more opportunity for you guys to come in via Zoom and walk through that path to getting paid. So if you've got something on the books, or if you are about to have something under contract and you have not attended this Path to Getting Paid, you want to go ahead and do that, because that is valuable information. It will help you have clarity around that process, because it's not as simple as going to closing, coming in with your closing check and handing it to Susan. So there are some steps that would have to be followed, and a lot of that has to do with license law, real estate commission compliance, and so just be sure that you're knowledgeable about that, and so that you know what to expect. Here's my little Ignite at Night flyer. Yes, it's awesome. You don't have to tell me. It's just like, a play on Nick at Night. It's really great. So anyway, that's there. And it's also on our Facebook group. I want Shacarol to take a minute. If you guys on our Facebook group have seen, let me move my little bar. We did a poll recently, and I know Shacarol has talked before, but I want her to share again. She is our social equity ambassador to the Southeastern region. And so we're part of the Southeast region, and they then are our communication with Keller Williams International. And so we look to them for a lot of things. And Shacarol has stepped up and said, I will be the representation for KW Montgomery for this social equity conversation. So Shacarol, will you share with us a little bit about this poll and why we did it?
Yes. We did this poll first because, as a part of the whole committee for the Southeast region, they've decided to break it up into 4 subcommittees, because there's so many things that people are wanting to discuss or to talk about, to bring into, or bring to the market center's attentions. So the 4 top things they thought about was the minorities in leadership, diversity training and education, the wealth builders, and the community give back. I went to Katie because I didn't think it was fair for me to choose something that's beneficial for all of us. I wanted everyone to be able to give their opinion of what they think what will work best for our market center. Because me personally, I've decided any and everything they discuss, I'm bringing back to you all. And so I didn't want to be selfish and say, hey, well, I want to do wealth builders because I think that I want to know how I can be wealthier. Well, that's true, but I'm going to get information from all of the committees when we all meet together, but I wanted to know what everyone thought was more beneficial for us as a whole, as a group. Because at the end of the day, I like to say we are a family. So it's not about me, it's about we. So the votes came in, and there was only 10 people that voted, which I was kind of sad about, but hey, it is what it is. So we got 4 people to vote for minorities in leadership. I signed up, I put my name on that roster. They started meetings, they're starting meetings today, but the leader for the person that's in charge of this committee had not set up our meeting yet. So as soon as we do, I'll let you guys know. I'll let Katie know. We'll send it out somehow of everything we've discussed.
Yeah. And we'll probably, thank you so much, Shakira. And we'll probably do something here in business meeting. We like to communicate this way with you guys. We're all together. We can hear each other's, opinions and encourage each other. And like Shakira said, there were only 10 people that voted, and yet the majority votes went to the minorities in leadership. And there's value in each subcommittee that's going to be brought, and of course brought back to our market center. But this is how you get to engage, and this is how it's for agents by agents. Because when you see things like this, I screenshotted it, and I'm just kind of looking at it now. It was seen by 53 people, but only 10 people took a second to vote on what they felt like was important. So if you're an individual that says, I want to have a voice in what happens here at the office, I want to have a voice in the direction of what's going on, you need to take these opportunities and participate. Because it took basically like 0.1 second to click on, and read through that. And so this is your opportunity to lean in. We will continue the conversation as we know more about the direction that the region is going, some opportunities that we'll have moving into the end of the year and the new year. And so we want you guys to participate. It's better when we're all together, because together everyone achieves more. That's one of our foundational beliefs, and we mean it. It's not just a cute thing on the wall, because it's better. And that's why we enjoy business meeting. That's why we enjoy having each other coming together, having masterminds, because together we're better. And I truly believe that. So thank you, Shakira, for stepping up and being our market center representation to the region and continuing the leadership in doing that. Because it does take time out of what you're doing regularly, and we appreciate that so much.
Hey, Katie.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to thank you, Shakira. Honestly, it means so much to us for you to step up. You haven't been in this business very long, and that is a true sign of leadership. And even beyond that, it's the heart in which you do it that makes it even that much more special. So I really appreciate you and the heart. I don't know whose heart you got, but it's a really special one. So, but I mean that, and it means a lot to me. So we appreciate you.
For those of you that don't know, he wasn't being rude. She's had a heart transplant.
Thank you, thank you. And like I said before to both you and Katie, this is just a testament of y'all's leadership. I'm only doing what I see. I'm following my leaders. And it's funny, as the book that I'm reading, the book that Katie got us or told us about, and yesterday's devotional, or not, I don't know if I call it devotional, it was talking about how leaders should train leaders, not just followers. And so it kind of hit it on the head. I'm following y'all footsteps. Katie teaching me to be a leader, not just a follower. So thank you.
I appreciate that. And we're pouring out what's poured into us, and that's what makes it so special. And Gerald said, good one, Adam. Shakira is amazing. So we appreciate you guys. And the funny thing is I don't know that it's funny, but the intentional thing is when it says opportunity for all, it's opportunity for all. So anybody that raises their hand, for instance, hey, I'm willing to do whatever, we will find, there's not limited. We're not limited here. It is just, the opportunity is endless. So come to us and say, hey, I'm looking forward to doing this, or hey, I have this goal. We will find a way to make sure that it happens. I promise you.
I'm gonna spin off of that. I'm not here because obviously my looks, right? And I'm not here because I was born into a wealthy family. I'm not here for any other reason that I didn't have an option. My entry into real estate was due to tragedy. And I didn't have an option. I poured in, I doubled down, I worked, and this company will recognize people that stand up and say, I want to be a leader, and they put the work behind what they're saying. You can't just say, I want to be a leader and not have the actions behind it. Nobody's going to recognize you. So this company will recognize it. They recognize me. And like I said, I didn't come from a wealthy family. I don't look good. So anybody has the opportunity. And I truly believe that. If I didn't, I wouldn't say it. So.
And we want to provide the environment and space that is productivity specific and focused on people meeting their goals, and that it provides growth for everybody. It's maximized on that. And I didn't even tell anybody what I was going to talk about today, so we'll get into the mindset in just a minute. We have a couple of things. For one, Bold starts today, this afternoon. And Adam, I don't know if you've seen this, but you made the promo video. So that's 2 for 2. I made the mega camp video and you made the Bold video. So who's gonna be next? Okay. So it's not too late to sign up. We have put out the list and done the accountability spreadsheet. Our market center is doing an accountability spreadsheet to help, again, provide that productivity specific accountability. For right now, as of this morning, these are the people attending Bold: David Brown, Devin Armstrong, Layla Gostin, Tiffany Alexander, Deanna Leslie, Justin Cowan, Nutia Franklin, Gloria Frazier, Shakira Green, JaCourtney Turner, and Bernadette Bonner. So congratulations, you guys. I hope that you lean into it. You will get out of it what you put into it. So make sure that you are, again, time blocking that. We talked about how having things virtual is really cool. And yet, myself, I have been like, oh, I'll just catch it later. You're going to get the most out of it by time blocking according to the plan and planning to really devote time and lean into it. So Bold is amazing, and I hope that you guys have a fruitful experience with that, because the purpose of business is to fund a perfect life. And so the way you do that is to sharpen your skills, to lean in and have the best practices and strategies at your profession.
You know, it's funny, Katie, because, part of Bold, the actual in-class Bold, it challenges you to compress your work week into a 4-day work week in the in-house Bowl, pre-COVID Bowl. And so part of that is planning and scheduling, because guess what? After Bowl's done, you've got a day free to double down. And if we know that the average person sees 14 transactions through Bowl, and I'm not here trying to sell Bowl. It just changed my life, and it really put me on the path to being successful. So I would definitely time block it and make sure that you're there, because that's part of the plan.
Exactly. And anybody that wants to, we can do it here in the training room. I need to know ahead of time though, because I'm going to have to get that set up. So just let me know if you do want to do it here in the training room. You guys want to come together, you're welcome to do that. I got to have a heads up on that. Everything was sent out yesterday. Alia said she was in the top 3 in her company in growth after taking Bold. So even our vendor sponsors attend Bold. What if you have not done it this year? What's stopping you? Right? They did it for a month and a half. That was $79. We offered sponsor tickets. I don't know what else you need to get you to say this is a great opportunity.
Well, and off that, Katie, if you really want to, I hear everybody say, hey, look, this has been a rough year. Next year, I'm going to blow it up, right? Well, if you really want to go into Q1 2021 strong, it's going to take a just jam-packed full fourth quarter of 2020 in order to stack those listings up to go into 2021. So this is a fantastic opportunity at a great time, and I would encourage you guys to do it. So,
well, and one thing we've talked about a lot is that magic date of November 15th. If you want a guaranteed closing and count it for this year, It needs to go under contract no later than November 15th. So we're cutting close to that time. And it's not too late to go ahead and stack up your pipeline for the new year. Don't just go, oh, I'm not going to make it by November 15th. Anything after that date is going to impact your new year. So dial in now, because this is going to be a great opportunity for that. So just take the opportunity every chance you get, and that's what we want to provide. So many opportunities. You may be like, gosh, there's so much going on. No, you just need to plug in where what's right for you and your business and your family, and grasp onto that and do it really well. You don't have to do everything. Just find your groove, and there's going to be multiple opportunities and ways to do that. All right, so let's talk about mindset. We've already kind of talked about it a little bit, and I didn't even like give anybody a heads up. But I really want to talk about, if you want new results, you need a new mindset. And there's a lot of bold in that, and you can go back to the bold laws, and there's a lot of that, and that's what you're really going to learn in bold. You're going to learn, some tactics and strategies, but it's really going to be around embracing a positive mindset, choosing faith over fear, right? Keeping your emotions in between the lines. Anybody else got a favorite bold law that's going to?
There is no try.
There is no try.
No pressure, no diamonds.
No pressure, no diamonds.
What you focus on expands, and all tasks fill the time allotted.
What you focus on expands, and all tasks fill the time allotted. If it's not on your schedule, it doesn't
exist.
Okay. So these are the things that they just really inundate you in with bold. But I really wanted to dive a little bit deeper as we're kind of, hey, bold starts today. Why should I do it? Why is it important that you have a good mindset? And there's the scarcity and abundance. So we highlighted it a little bit this morning. I know I didn't even tell you we were talking about this. But I really like this graphic here. It's about growth and fixed. So you can think about it like scarcity or abundance. I prefer abundance. My word for this year has been abundance. I'm all over abundance. And let me just tell you, just to be quite honest, it's been a challenge in a global pandemic to think about abundance. It's been a challenge when the city and state shut down and I said, how are we going to serve our agents? That was a challenge. So sometimes it takes coming from the deep, right? But it's, where are you? I want you to look at this morning and say, where am I and where can I lean into, right? And it's, I listened to a podcast yesterday, Everything Life and Real Estate with Dana Gentry and Linda McKissick. And they were talking a little bit about this, but it's not that you have to be positive all the time. It's not that you have to be sunshines and rainbows and unicorns all the time, right? It's not that you have to be an eternal optimist all the time, but it's when you hit the low points or when you are challenged or frustrated, what do you go to get yourself back on a path of success? So, and the growth mindset, failure is an opportunity to grow. Keller Williams is big on saying something is an opportunity, right? It may be a challenge, but it's also an opportunity. I can learn to do anything I want. Challenges help me grow. My effort and my attitude determine my abilities. Feedback is constructive. I am inspired by the success of others, and I like to try new things. Okay, so that's that growth mindset, or you could say abundance, right? There's more, there's plenty. Fixed mindset. Failure is the limit of my abilities. I'm either good at it or I'm not. My abilities are unchanging. I don't like to be challenged. I can either do it or I can't. My potential is predetermined. When I'm frustrated, I give up. Feedback and criticism are personal. I stick to what I know. And honestly, even saying those statements kind of made me feel a certain kind of negativity. So what do you guys think? What are y'all hearing as we're talking about this morning?
I heard that my mindset has been on growth because those things definitely apply to me. Especially, I'm inspired by the success of others. Every time I see a picture of someone ringing that bell, at KW, I'm like, I want to ring it again too. So it's just, my mindset has always been, I'm a true believer in, if I'm close enough to people that are getting blessed, I'm close enough for the blessing myself. That's just that's just how I always view things.
I love that. Katie Douglas, blessed and highly favored.
And by the way, I wanted to tell you, do you know what abundant means in Hebrew?
What's that?
Thousandfold.
Mm,
Claim it, girl.
that's powerful. That's really powerful. And honestly, this year has blessed me 1,000-fold. And I've been sharing with you guys some of my personal stuff. You call Katie Douglas and say, hey, how are you? And she says, blessed and highly favored. Do you always feel blessed and highly favored when you say that?
No, but sometimes I put blessed and highly favored and doing the best I can with what I got to work with.
But that's intentional, right? That is an intentional thing that you do, and it is a habit. And is it for you, or is it for the person you're speaking to, or is it for both?
It's really just a reminder to myself, but the response that I get off of that is sometimes people are like, huh? Or it sparks a conversation because they're not used to hearing it. So yeah, sometimes it is for them. And then sometimes when I call people, they're like, oh, well, I just knew you were going to say that. I just wanted to hear you say that. So if I said something different, they'd be like, what's up, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, and two, one of the things, not to go back into bold, go backwards on this, but words of affirmation, they're not for you. When you give them out, it puts you in a different state of mind. So that's one thing that I really took from bold. And I'm not an emotional type guy.
Frou-frou. Isn't that the word you use, frou-frou?
Frou-frou. Yeah, we don't do that. So another thing with this growth mindset, we determine whether or not where our headspace is. And I tell y'all, up until about 2 weeks ago, my habits were wake up, lay there for a few minutes, hit the snooze button, grab my phone, check Facebook, get tied up into what's everybody's fake life looks like, and political bull crap, and stuff that doesn't matter, right? And so our energy plan, I challenged Katie and Susan and Jaleesa a few weeks ago to start following that energy plan and having that devotion in the morning and exercise. And I tell you, just that type of start of the day puts a whole different outlook on your day. And I think that really feeds into, I want to grow spiritually. I want to grow financially. I want to grow, in my personal life. And it all starts with a healthy mindset. So I would challenge you guys to think about that energy plan and the growth mindset. We determine which way we're going.
Well, and that's one thing that they typically start bold off with, but it's about the linear, and John Maxwell says this: if you're not growing, you're decaying. So not only is it fixed, but it's going the opposite direction of life. Well,
that's funny because I talked to a friend of mine yesterday, and I've got some stuff that I've been dealing with outside of work, and a friend a friend is not going to maintain you in the same space that you are. A business colleague is not going to maintain you in the space that you are. You're either going up or you're going down. So my question is when I'm with somebody are they taking me up? Or are they taking me down? And so it's you get to determine who you spend time with, right? Just like you said a while ago, Carol, the people that are getting the blessings, if you're around them, I think back to, you are the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with. And so with that, you can take the average income of those 5 people and average together, and that's going to be pretty close to what you make, because that's the mindset that you decide to surround yourself with. And you can call those your wealth builders. So that's a big thing to look at, is, are those people that you're spending a lot of time with,
wealth builders for you? Are they growth minded? Are they also focused on doing so well in their lives and in their profession and their careers, and that it's multiplying? And that's what we talked about, why we like to be together, is because that is felt when we're in here for mega camp and we're all on the same path and the same journey and all excited about the growth and what we're seeing and the opportunities. That felt good, right? And it helped us move forward in such a way, and we're all encouraged. Another thing to talk about around this mindset is you're going to grow to the container you're in. If you put a sunflower in a pot, it's only going to grow so big. If you put a sunflower in a field, there's going to be very different results. So are you in a field or are you in a pot? And is your mindset and the people you spend time with, like we've kind of dug into, are they impacting you in a way of growth? Or is it like a fixed situation where there's not necessarily challenge, or you're seeing things and being frustrated and you just think, oh, my potential is predetermined? So just something to look at and think about. And if you are of a fixed mindset, what are some things you can do and say today that changes that for you? On that energy plan is from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book that Adam talked about. And so there are 5 things Gary Keller says you need to do every day. Every agent needs to do every day by 11 if you want to be a millionaire real estate agent. So the first thing is your spiritual energy. Fill up your spiritual energy. Meditate, pray. Don't jump on Facebook. Like, that's probably not filling up your spiritual energy. Okay. Exercise and eat. So do something that stretches your body, or exercise, or whatever that is for you. Emotional energy is hug, kiss, and laugh. So love on your family, give gratitude, do that sort of thing first thing in the morning. Mental energy, plan and calendar. People skip over this all the time. And Vicki, she said something recently, we were talking about the energy plan. She said, if I don't command my morning, somebody else is in charge of my day. So I just loved how she said that, of like taking control of your morning and your day so that it's not led by however someone else feels. Especially in our industry, people are calling us all the time with what? Problems, issues, predicaments, right? So if we let that just take over, that's all we're going to be thinking about, is all the issues of the day. We're not going to see the blessings. We're not going to think about growth. We're just going to be putting out fires. Business energy, lead generate. So are you spending time just working on the existing business, or are you spending time searching for new business, working on your business and in your business, right? Lead generation is part of that. And so Gary says, the positive energy that will last all day, try adding these things to your morning routine. So that's something that you guys can apply now and help you with that growth mindset and that energy plan. Does anybody else have anything they want to add? I can't see a lot of people's faces, so I can't pick on anybody.
I just want to just kind of piggyback off on, even as I see challenges help me to grow. I mean, even as I had a limited belief with technology, even as I've been challenged to do it, to be able to explain it to others, it has really a lot of different areas that I've been challenged with that has really helped me to grow. So, and it's a lot of laws. It takes me back to the word of God. So as a man thinketh, so is he. And all of this relates to that.
Yep. Love it. All right. So we've got over that scarcity or abundance. Where are you at? Growth or fixed? New in designs. We have fun little Halloween designs in KW Command. You can go in there and just a little tip. Anytime you see KWDBA name, you want to remove that and put that KW Montgomery to make sure that we are compliant. They have also updated the buying and listing presentations. So go in there and check that out. And they use a lot of the terminology about safely and handling things during this pandemic. So check that out, and that'll be some content and things you can use. More designs is I voted safely, how to vote safely. And that's just, again, not political party based. It's just some content to put out to remind people to vote. So don't get into the politics. Don't get into the controversy. We are to remain professional, neutral, and ethical at all times. So again, use this wisely, and it's just some content to put your touch out there. There is a custom smart plans library now where you can use some of the smart plans other people have created and been using, so you don't have to think of your own. And we're going to show a little quick video around that. So let me get to that. Here we go. One moment. Well, same thing, huh? Technology. There we go.
Touches. Just click Add Smart Plan here.
Can y'all see the video? Okay.
Or click Add Smart Plan here. And so what that's done is it's taken it out of the Keller Williams Realty
One
library.
second. I don't know why I didn't start from the beginning.
Hello, Kelly Cody here. And today I'm going to show you how to create a long-term nurture or a 36 touch using Command Smart Plans. After you've logged into Command at agent.kw.com, either push out the KW logo on the top left-hand corner or just click on the Smart Plans logo to get to your screen. Yours may look something similar to mine, or it might be completely blank. Either is okay. If you haven't yet added in from the library the long-term nurture, we're going to go do that first. So go to the library, and at the top of it, you're going to see the Keller Williams smart plans that you have available to you. Look for the long-term nurture, and if you'd like to view the steps, simply click on View Steps. You're going to see what the smart plan looks like, which you'll see is one contact every 10 days. 365 days out of the year, that's 36 touches. Just click Add Smart Plan here, or click Add Smart Plan here. And so what that's done is it's taken it out of the Keller Williams Realty Library and put it into your own personal smart plans, which means that you can now use it for sending out for contacts. If you scroll down on your list until you see it, you will see a long-term nurture, and mine is right here. And you can quickly from this screen, just click on the Add Contact, and then go through your database, selecting either tags or individual names and adding people to this list here. You can add up to 20 at a time from this screen. I'm going to click Cancel though and show you an easier way that you can add contacts to your smart plan. And that is by going into your contacts database. So I clicked on the contacts database on the left. And from here, I will be able to select up to 50 contacts at a time. So a much larger and shorter process if you're going to be doing some bulk adding. Once your database is loaded, again, you can either search by someone's name specifically, or more likely, you'll be able to search and filter in by using tags. If you click on Filter and come over to your custom tags, you'll be able to select any tag that you already have in your system. And let's go ahead and say mentor in this case. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to click on Apply Filter. And sorry on that, it opened up the support button for me. So I'm going to click on Apply Filter. And that is now showing me just the people with that tag. I'm going to select this Select All button. And I now have an option to select bulk action, and Add to a Smart Plan is one of those options. I'm going to click on Add to Smart Plan. And from the list of smart plans that I have, I can either scroll down until I find Long-Term Nurture, or I can simply start typing in just the word long. I'll click Select. And then I have the choice to either add all of my people to the smart plan immediately, to be able to add all of them to a smart plan with the same start date in the future, or to stagger over the next few days. If you're going to be adding more than a manageable amount for you to handle in one day, I select using stagger. So that means that if you're adding 100 people and you don't feel capable of making 100 phone calls in a day, then you're going to want to go ahead and stagger. So that's what I'm going to select in this case. And now I can say, how many contacts do I want today? And how many contacts would I want then tomorrow? So if I select maximum contacts per day of 2, it's going to take my 6 people and stagger their start dates out over the next 3 days. If I select 6 people per day, it's going to put all 6 of the ones that I currently have selected as a start date today. If I say confirm, and then it's going to say if I have a Twilio account set up, the text messages will be sent automatically on my behalf. And I would simply click confirm, and now these 6 people would be receiving my long-term nurture or my 36 touch. I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the future.
So what do you guys think about that? Not everybody at once.
It's just easy. It's really no point that we, and I say we because I'm including myself, are not using it as we should. We're making it hard on ourselves just trying to sit down and do these things every day when it can automatically be done. True enough, I don't want to get away from the personal aspect of calling personally myself, but the text messages, the emails, those things, those can be done automatically. I don't need to do those.
Right. Well, and it's just going to prompt you to call those people. So it's not going to make the call on your behalf, but it's going to make the text on your behalf.
Yes.
Customize either using their script that says, hey, how are you doing? Let's grab a coffee. Let's talk about real estate. Or you can customize your own text script in there. We spent some time last week doing kind of a demo one. Vicki and I were working on one, and what we found we think is going to be the best as we're testing this is we created a Word document in Google Docs, went ahead and created, she wants to text them weekly. So once a week, and then follow up with a call. So instead of utilizing someone else's smart plan, we customized one, which is really easy, and we can spend some time doing that with you guys. I'll show you a little bit more about that. But just creating, just as if I'm texting Shacarol, I'm gonna put a text out that's personal. And with the Twilio account, it's not going to be your number. So you need to make a reference to, this is my business line, or this is my Shacarol's database, and then you can always reach back to find me at this personal number. They give you, I think, 180 characters, which is plenty to say a quick text. And just do it a month out in advance, and then come up with 4 for the next month, and just plug it in so that those touches are happening on your behalf, but you don't have to manually think, oh man, let me text 100 people today. Or, oh man, I forgot to send out those emails. Utilize the technology. That's why it's created, to make your life simple and easy. So yeah, that's just to highlight that on the custom smart plans. And someone else has already thought of it. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Go in there and find something you like, apply it to yours. Okay. I do want to talk about how you guys can utilize Keller Mortgage to lead generate and to save your clients thousands. I am personally now a Keller Mortgage user, saving $6,000 on my closing just by using them. Okay. Not to even integrate how simple it was or how we've been in constant communication with them, how they've been helpful, but literally you can tell somebody you can save them thousands and mean it, because there's no lender fees. There's no loan cost. They're going to give you cash back at your towards closing at your price point. So we, in our situation, are saving $6,000 just by using Keller Mortgage. What they've done is create content so that you don't have to necessarily verbally say all that, where you can have your custom ads and things and marketing page and share that with people, because that's another touch. Right now, we know the blessing in COVID has been, the silver lining, that the interest rates are so low and people are able to refinance. So what's a greater way to solidify a relationship with somebody that's maybe not ready to buy and sell or sell right now, but you can give them the option to refinance at a low interest rate. What we also know is the Federal Housing Authority is going to be charging a 5% fee on those refinances starting December. So that's another bit of information that you can share with people. So if they're thinking about refinancing, they want to do all that before all of that. So this is the site, and I'll paste it into our Facebook group, where you can go in and it gives you content personalized to you, branded to you, that you can share on social media or text message or email, or however you want to share it. They've already created the information. Okay. Everybody good with that? Did you guys know you could utilize it like that? there you go. All right.
Hey, Katie.
Hey.
I just wanted to share, I have a client who is currently using, and I can't think of his last, John Long with Keller Mortgage. And they have been just phenomenal with the client and also with communication with me. And this is the first time that I've had an opportunity to do that. And the reason why they got hooked up with Keller Mortgage was because they sold their house in Texas and they had a KW agent, and he put them in contact with them. So yeah, I'm impressed with them. I'll continue to use them.
Awesome.
Yeah, hey, that's the reason why Gary did this. It wasn't to buy a mortgage company. It was to create more leverage for his agents to keep more transactions in-house. You know, I know times where, you know, somebody said, hey, I want to use this lender. And I thought, I wouldn't use them. And they've got ties with another agent. Well, the contract hit some bumpy water, and all of a sudden they're wanting to cancel it all, and they're going with another agent. Well, with this, it's all in-house Keller Williams. They're not going to advise you to, you know, somebody, your seller or buyer, to use somebody else. You save money, and the network is just phenomenal. So I've used them several times. They do a fantastic job. So
they do a great job too of communicating, like Katie said too, back with you. So the client knows where you're at. You as the agent knows where you're at, and you can follow up, say, hey, if there's a couple of docs they got to submit, you're able to follow up and say, hey, I heard from the lender today and they were needing you to get X, Y, and Z. And so if the client has a question about, oh, maybe what is this, or is this normal, you can build confidence and trust and say, oh yeah, you just need to follow up with this document here and put it in your portal. They give them a portal. It's very easy to use. And what we don't want to do, one, is lead people in a certain direction, right? But at the same time, if you have clients and you have not let them know this is an opportunity, and they find out later that they could have saved money, they're going to be very, very upset. And what we're doing is creating lifelong clients, not one time. And so if you want lifetime, you're going to provide as much value as possible and saying, hey, we have this opportunity. So just make sure that you're conveying that to your people. One little thing, we only have a few minutes left, but I want to talk a little bit about client events. Recently, Shacarol did a little, we had been talking about 36 Touch for quite a while. Andy and Leslie Peters talked about their 36 Touch really is surrounded around events. We've had Global Homes Group share that their 36 Touch, or actually Plus, is surrounded around events. And the conversation has been, well, how do we do events in COVID? Shacarol did one this last week, and we shared it in our 15th protocol call, but I wanted you guys to hear her results and why it is something you need to look at if you're going, man, I really want to grow my database. I really want to reach more people. I think that what she did had great results, and it was fairly simple to do. So Shacarol, if you'll share with us what you did for your virtual client event and the results of that.
Okay. What I did is I did a giveaway, and what I gave away was a mini photo shoot. So I partnered with a local photographer, and of course she was all game, because at the end of the day, she's just gained an extra client, and maybe two, because hey, I'm sure when I redo my photos, I'll work with her as well. And so it cost me $50 for a photo shoot. So I sent her the $50, and I just had a survey. But what I did, in order for them to enter, they had to fill out a information sheet on Google Docs, and it had their name, their number, their email, and I left address optional. I had 54 people sign up, and out of 54, 8 were already in my database, only 8. So I had 46 people that I did not know add to my database. And so, and honestly, out of everyone that signed up, even though the address was optional, they all gave me their address, which is, so I have complete contact information for 54 people on 46 that I did not even have. And some of those other 8, I did not have their home address. So now I have all of the information I need for those people. And so I have this past week been reaching out. I did, and I should have reached out, did a smart plan, but I had not started them yet. But I did personally text, so that did take more time than it had to. Each person, just to thank them for entering the contest. So now that I have the addresses, I can set them up on smart plans and all types of things. So that's my goal right now, and to also do other things. I saw Katie's pumpkin thing the other day, and I'm thinking about, but do I have to buy all those pumpkins? But I'm gonna figure out a way to do it. Because some people are already buying pumpkins. I can say, hey, if you bought a pumpkin, let's do a contest.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
let me ask you something. How did you see that, Shapiro?
Who, Katie's? Or
Yeah,
mine?
my pumpkin thing. Is somebody else doing a
No,
pumpkin?
it wasn't. I didn't see yours. I saw Katie Woodard's. She put out a suggestion.
Yeah, I saw it from another group and I stole it and put it in our Facebook group.
Yeah.
Okay, because what I did was my church has a pumpkin patch, and all of the proceeds go to missions for the youth. And so what I did was I created a gift certificate, and it just says, "Hi there, pumpkin. We are so thankful for you, and as a token of our appreciation, we would like to give you this gift certificate for $10 towards a pumpkin of your choice." And then it says, "Please present this," and then it gives them the dates and the time, because they have all different size pumpkins. And then it also says there are numerous photo opportunities at the pumpkin patch, so be sure and bring your camera. And so what I did was I mailed these to everybody in my sphere of influence. But on the bottom of them, when I mailed them out, I have them numbered. So what I did was I talked to the person at the pumpkin patch, and so when they turn these in, I'll write a check to the church for every one of these half. But I'll pick these up when I pay the church, and I'll be able to know who it is that picked up a pumpkin. So I can call them and say, "Hey, I'm glad you guys were able to make it to the pumpkin patch. Hope the kids had fun. You want to share pictures, whatever." But that's what I did. So I put a $10 limit around it, but I mailed it to, I probably mailed it to 210 people.
Which is all tax deductible, which is helping the church, which is growing your database, which is a win all the way around.
And that's so funny because I love, Katie, I had no idea you did that, but I was hoping you would be on and even talk about Santa Claus. What this thing I saw from another group was that someone had taken, I guess, just kind of small pumpkins, tied a little ribbon around it, and did like a little Dollar Tree carving kit type thing, and said, "Hey, by this time and this day, submit a picture of we're doing a pumpkin carving contest, submit it to my business page, and we'll, do a giveaway." What also just came across those since then, a friend of mine is her first year teaching kindergarten. And so all the things that kindergartners typically get to do, such as go to a pumpkin patch, right? They get to do all that. What if you sponsored a classroom, right? What if just look at what you can do in the time now, or into November, into December. We have a lot of opportunities to give value in a big way. And when people right now are really craving that community, and we can do it in a big way.
And with that, Katie, what we found is if our next holidays, we got Thanksgiving, but next is Halloween, right?
Well, yeah,
so
Halloween.
It's a little late to be planning for now, right? So what we found is once a year we break out a day and we go ahead and plan all this stuff out, because you're either proactive or reactive. And right now your minds are in reactive. Oh, we need to do this pumpkin thing. It's taking the time to sit down and plan. That's the part we talk about, working on your business, not in your business. Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why it's critical to have the business planning in order to be able to be relaxed and go into this, instead of saying, "Oh my God, I got to get all this stuff together because Katie Douglas has already got this thing smoking hot and I'm behind." But another thing I want to add to this, I know we got to get off here. God has put us here for a reason. And this business provides huge financial opportunity for us. Now, the human part of us wants to take that huge financial opportunity and go and just have whatever it is we want. But God calls us to take that and give abundance to other people. And what we're talking about right now is kind of one of those things where what we can have blessings that we can put out to other people and still have huge success and growth in our business, our personal life, our spiritual life. So changing that mindset to start spending some money to help other people, it actually is going to bless you more than what you're expecting. So for what that's worth.
Yeah. That's why for, 2 months ago, we started talking about the 36 touch so that we could roll this in and take some time and dive into it for these upcoming holidays, to have some touches like this that are value, to maybe have some events and things. It's too late to plan a grand, huge thing, right? We just talked about that. But it's still not too late to do something like buy a couple bags of candy and take it to, a teacher or someone, or just to really reach out and remind people, hey, we've got these cool pumpkin patches, or there's touches all along the way where you could do value adds that you may not think are very valuable, but we want to be top of mind and be bringing a lot of value to people. And so look forward to the things that are going on just naturally in the world, and how can you add on and add value to your people, grow your database, grow your business.
Katie, I was just going to share, if people want to do something around Thanksgiving, I've seen where agents have offered, they've sent out a message and said, hey, if you want to come by and get a pie, let me know that you're coming, and you can pick it up at the office. So even though you send that out to everybody, it doesn't mean everybody's going to come by and get a pie. And you can take a trip to Priesters and get one of those the small pies if you want to. So there's still opportunities to do stuff.
Exactly.
Or we could do something together and support a food bank for Thanksgiving.
Right.
Collect canned goods here. And I mean, there's all kinds of opportunities.
Right. And it is all adding value to our people. Okay, so here's a little picture of the cute little Halloween graphics that KW did in Command, and you can utilize those as well for some of your social posts. Does anybody have anything else they want to add today? I think we had a phenomenal meeting together. I trust that it added value to you guys. Anybody have anything else before we finish up?
My only thing is, I know my next steps were pretty much planning, like you said, for 2021. And so it's funny that you mentioned earlier, my on my to-do list today is to, put out something saying, hey, I know we're starting planning New Year's resolutions. Let's make buying a new home a resolution. Let's start the planning process now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of my things for, like Adam said, we have to plan ahead of time. It's too late for me to worry about Halloween. So I'm going to start working on next year now, because we're in that fourth quarter.
Go ahead. I love it. Adam, you had something? Sorry.
No, I love that. I mean, that's the struggle. That's a real struggle that we've had over the years, and we're not forward thinking enough as three guys as a team. So we've got marketing specialists that help us do that. Strategic planning is critical if you want a business to grow. And if that's not your natural skill set or mindset to be like that, that's where you got to know, have the KPA and know, hey, look, this is my gap. I got to hire somebody to do that. So,
or participate in any of the training we have where we can do it together as a group, right? Hey, speaking of business planning, is next week. We got another session of that business planning clinic. It will be in-house. And so this is a great opportunity. The reason we do it now is exactly what Adam said, to be forward thinking for 2021. We don't want to roll into January going, oh, we're having the best year ever. Well, what we know is it's going to take about 90 days to get that best year ever up and running. And then you're running into March.
Well, hey, I'm going to finish with this. A goal without a plan is a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to have a plan behind it with action to hit it.
Gary Keller says you're having a great life in your brain.
That's
you're having
good.
a great life up here. I mean, right? Let's put some action behind it and have a plan around it. It is possible. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have an awesome week, and we will see you at some of the training this week. Bye, guys.
See y'all.
Happy Tuesday.